Welcome back to Gear Check Games. This is episode 32 of our playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 for the PS4. So, last time, on Kingdom Hearts 1.5, we defeated Shadow Sora. So now we must exit the ship.
Chala! Head chala!
Did it just boot you back a room and then make you go back through the room you were already in?
Yeah,
No.
they had to respawn the enemies.
Oh, you went and saved. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I had to save.
Okay.
Because once I got a little inside baseball, once I got to the Shadow Sora fight, I was like, okay, that took way too long. I gotta go save.
Time to take a week off from recording.
Basically.
Oh, there's his piano.
Oh, yeah,
Or
it is
harpsichord,
here.
Yeah. I take back what I said. They did Peter Pan right.
If I told you in the movie he played it very handedly, would you laugh?
No.
You would get a sensible chuckle.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty cozy looking room.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that if I had this exact set of furniture, I don't know that I would put the desk where it is.
It's kind of like
Don't
taking
worry,
up a lot
Nick.
of the room.
We'll run into Captain Hook here soon. You'll have a chance to air your grievances with him personally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know why they made you drop down a room. Her heart, it's gone.
They already slit her throat.
They do talk about that in the movie. I'm like, this is a kid's movie.
They do.
The aforementioned Holocaust of children from the last episode was Hook's last mad dash plan to save his ship from the children, from the Lost Boys who had taken over. Oh, also Peter Pan just kills 3 pirates in that scene in the play.
Oh, okay. Just to be clear, Nick, when you say that line, like that is an actual like verbatim line from the original play, correct?
It is a verbatim quote from the original play, and his
Captain
plan
Hook actually says that.
Yes, his plan is to blow up the powder keg stores, thereby killing all of the Lost Boys. And maybe himself as well, but he doesn't want to lose.
I mean, they kind of do that in the movie. Instead, they just show Captain Hook lowering a stick of dynamite down into the Lost Boys' hideout after they've captured the Lost Boys.
I
so
forget,
it's only Peter
how does
in there.
Tinkerbell survive that again? Because isn't she like gravely wounded when that happens?
No, she only gets gravely wounded.
She loses
by,
her legs in the blast.
She gets gravely wounded by Peter being angry at her, and then she survives by the audience clapping her back to life.
She rescues Peter Pan, whose legs were made obsolete, and he becomes Lieutenant Pan.
Also, can I just say what a genius cop-out?
He's got hooks for legs.
I want to say his name was JM, but it may have been RM. I always forget. Barry did with JM. Barry did with. Oh yeah, all you kids in the audience, if you want Tinkerbell to live, you gotta clap. Go on, give me applause. Give me the applause.
I wonder if...
What happens if they don't?
Yeah.
Tinkerbell dies in the play ends.
Do they have to like plan out an alternate timeline for the story where Tinkerbell dies?
It's like the guy who made the edit of Toy Story 3 to show to his family.
Yeah.
That cuts to the credits like right before the toys go into the furnace. Spoilers.
You just reminded me, I still haven't seen Toy Story 4, but I keep seeing this fork creature.
Toy Story.
Oh, Forky.
I've heard it's better than you might think.
I don't really have any intention of watching
Toy Story
it at
4?
this moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I've watched it. It was alright. I mean,
It's just...
it was enjoyable.
It's
It
just
was a
so
movie.
rendered.
Running off with that girl without even saying goodbye.
Aw.
Oh, I do love how my
Captain-
mouth doesn't have to move when
Captain
I
Hook, aren't you
speak.
kind of calling the kettle black here?
Well, this is what Hook does. This is actually the less jokes. This is actually why I love Captain Hook, is because all of his fancy double talk and half truths.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. I love that in the first movie. He's like, I would never...
I won't harm a single hair on his head.
thought you were saying you love Captain Hook as a villain because he just reveals the master plan to the hero.
Yeah.
Just voluntarily.
He's the kind of villain that all Bond villains aspire to be.
Yeah.
But it's also why I hate Jake and the Neverland Pirates, because he's such a bumbling idiot in that show.
God, the crocodile here looks nearly as stiff and lifeless as Smeed. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. There's no touching that level of lifelessness.
Okay, Captain, I'll just stand right here holding this fairy.
Motionless.
How many times is this track used in the game?
I don't know.
Just believe.
I don't know why Sora is so, like, scared here, or, like, why it's, like, played up, why this is a bad thing.
He doesn't look scared.
Because it's like he's like, fought, like, grotesque creatures in other worlds.
Yeah, but that thing has teeth that will eat him.
It's like, did you see that weird iguana we fought in Tarzan Land?
But it didn't have teeth, just a tongue.
The crocodile comes out of the water a little more and reveals that Clayton is riding on its back.
He's actually a submarine powered by biking. He's like the Team Rocket Magikarp sub, except he's a crocodile.
I like that we have a cutscene where Sora just like flies, and then you go to the transition. It says you attain the power of healing.
So
Okay.
flight and healing.
So before we get to Captain Hook proper, we gotta take care of these mooks. And isn't there this where they introduced the ship enemies?
Yeah, it should be spawning in the next wave.
This is like a very, very prolonged battle segment at the end of this already incredibly short world.
Here
This
are your air
highlighted.
pirates, I think somebody was talking about before.
Yeah. I would rather fight 100 of these than one ship. Not because the ships are hard, but because they just get so far out of reach.
And then there's the flying ships, which are called little bombers, or aerosmiths in the original Japanese.
I don't know what's better, that or the ships that you fight in Bayonetta called kinships.
Oh yeah.
I don't actually know what the ships are called in this game, by the way.
Are they heart shaped? Like, dang.
No, all the enemy names are based off of like Bible stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or,
they're
well, they're
angels
like
and-
virtues. Like all of the bosses
Yeah,
in the game
they're
are
different
like
virtues.
like temperance, prudence, but like the Latin versions. Justice.
So they sound like extra pretentious, but it's just like
Yeah.
really common shit.
And they are extra pretentious. Like the characters are, not the rating.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
So it's
Play
okay.
Bayonetta.
You must play Bayonetta.
So I guess all of Captain Hook's crew got turned into Heartless. So instead of the multicultural rundown of
Also,
pirates from the first movie.
Bill Dress.
can we talk about Peter Pan's godlike ability to shiv Captain Hook in the back? No, to do impressions? Like, it's never really explained in any of, like, the original Peter Pan works, by which I mean the play. A, why he can do perfect impressions, and B, why he has elf ears.
I don't think he's a real boy. I think he's actually just like a fairy creature.
All the peanut butter.
Also, I just want to point out how weird it is that we had that cutscene with just like fully facially animated Peter Pan, just like doing all these expressions and shit, and then just a lifeless Sora right behind him, staring off into the void.
That's what we call dichotomy.
So I don't know what it is that Captain Hook throws at you.
They're presents, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like the present with the
Yeah.
bomb inside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a reference to the movie that you just
Oh,
watched
yeah.
an hour ago.
Is Captain Hook a deli bird?
Red
'Cause it-
coat,
'cause it-
check.
Yeah.
White feather,
well,
check.
It's not
He
quite
can fly.
Christmas time at the moment. So...
But
Captain Hook should be extra susceptible to the stop magic because he's afraid of clocks.
oh my god. I mean, it did work. It worked really well a minute ago.
Well, he's more afraid of the ticks and the talks than the
Slowly
claws.
drains his health.
Ooh, God, now I am imagining Captain Hook with a Let's Play channel playing Mario 64 with
his hook
Smee
hand?
at his side. Yeah. Smee, you gotta help me, it's the tick-tock clock!
He gets... It's an assisted team... It's an assisted speedrun, not because he can't do it.
Wait,
yeah,
why did
see?
Captain Hook jump to his death?
I don't know! See, that's why I say he can fly, because he can run comically in the air, like Bugs Bunny style.
Yeah. Yeah, who needs, like, childhood wonder and whimsy when you've got just cartoon physics?
Yeah. God, he is incredibly cartoonish in the movie. Like, every time he interacts with Shmi or the alligator, like, he is just made of liquid in that movie.
He's
Well,
just
that
such a
whole scene,
fun-
like, after, like, the first time he's in the water with the crocodile and Smee's trying to rescue him, it's like one of the funniest things in old Disney still to this day.
Yeah. It's legitimately still funny to watch.
He's just such a fun villain, even when played by Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, yeah. God. Also, isn't it kind of weird that they gave us the glide ability to battle this enemy who can't... Well, okay, I know we just talked about that, but, like...
He jumps good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, are you going to teach Captain Hook to fly? No. Jump good.
It's weird. When you think about it, the Atlantica world was kind of like a primer for this mechanic, because flying in this game, Captain Hook isn't the last boss where we'll have to fly, by the way.
Yeah.
Basically works identically to the swimming in Atlantica, except
It's
you
a
don't
little
have an
smoother.
awkward dolphin tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have, like, the weird watery slowdown.
Oh yeah.
Or the 3-second tune that just goes over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah. In conclusion, it's a little better,
Yeah.
but more or less the
Yeah.
same principle.
I've kidnapped all your friends and turned them into heartless.
Well, there's just something so, like, cool about flying around in an area that's, like, that's built for on-foot traversal,
Yeah.
rather than an area that's built for flying around.
Yeah, it's like you're playing outside the rules, which
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
Captain
like
Hook
Also,
you're-
you know, fighting against enemies that can't fly.
It's like you're playing as Birdie from The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald, The Legend of Grimace Island.
Is that like a CD-ROM game?
Classic.
No, it was a movie. It was a VHS that they sold at McDonald's in the early 2000s.
That reminds me, do you guys remember those X-Men Evolution CD-ROM games that had, like, comics and, like, episodes on them that they would give out with, like, Burger King toys?
Not really. I do remember the show, but what I do remember, and I've not really been able to find these online, is Pizza Hut had these CD-ROM games that you could get back in like 2000, I want to say 2002, 2003-ish, and they were really fun. They were basically all clones of arcade games, but with pizza themes. They were really fun, and I used to have like 4 of them in a case, and I probably still do somewhere. But I would like
Did
to
it
play
have-
them again.
Did it have my favorite game, Pizza Centipede?
No.
Do they have a pizza version of Doom?
No, you're thinking of Chex cereal.
Well, yeah, but there were lots of Doom clones.
I want a guy that shoots exclusively spoons
Well, I didn't
at
know Captain
cereal-shaped
Hook was in
enemies.
Dead Cell.
Oh, you just learned Ars Arcanum.
Yeah.
Which
Isn't
one
that
is
another,
again?
like...
That's like a special, like, really long combo, isn't it?
Yeah.
If
I
this
don't
game
know-
were made by Rare, it'd be called Ars Arcanum.
Ars Arcanum and Ragnarok.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Aren't Ars Arcanum and Ragnarok essentially the same thing, just one's on the ground and one's in the air?
That sounds correct.
I think you're right. We don't get Ragnarok until later, though, do we?
Probably not.
Yeah, I think Ragnarok's the one I use the most because,
Yeah.
especially in the final fights, you need aerial combos.
Yeah, we don't get Ragnarok until after the one with the Dark Elves.
I'll find Kairi.
And that's a real low
I
point.
know I will.
I'll find
Yeah,
Kairi's
man.
lifeless husk. I know it.
About
You know, getting back to the game, it is kind of refreshing and nice to just like have a main character in this kind of game that's just like dauntlessly optimistic and like certain that he'll save the day.
Yeah.
Well, I was making fun, but I really like that little beat where he's like, I can't believe it. I can really fly. I can't wait to tell.
Yeah.
It's like,
I like that they set up all these moments like that where it's like you're expecting him to be like, I can't believe Riku would do that. Like, God, things are so bad, but he's actually just like, whoa, I flew.
He's just Mike Wazowskiing everything. I don't believe it. I was on the cover of a magazine.
Yeah.
well, I think I just appreciate it because, like, again, the further along you get in Kingdom Hearts, I feel like the less down to earth the characters feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a fan of that.
You should fight
Speaking
Phantom
of down
right
to earth,
now.
I love this area.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. It even has a unique music track.
This area is wonderful because it's entirely pointless on your first and only necessary visit to this world. Literally all it has is the ability to leave, and Windy is standing there. But it also has a very difficult boss fight, hidden boss fight.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing here except for what Nick said and a treasure chest.
Yeah, there was that one treasure
except
chest
for the secret
corner.
boss. But I just love this area because it's it's a nice reward for beating the world where it's all right, now just kind of fly around this fun really high up kind of vertical area.
Now you get to go back to real world England.
Yeah, well, just take in the cool architecture and just act like you're flying high above the city with this nice music.
It's kind of like the this is kind of like the finale for all of the worlds in the game, because after this we're going to the end game. Well, I don't know if Trey's going to the end game, but this, Neverland is the final non-end game world that you visit. As far as the Disney themed stuff goes, and this to me always felt kind of just a nice little breather before you go into the really challenging and dire part of the game.
Yeah.
And then in Kingdom Hearts 2, when you come back to Peter Pan Land, you get to participate in the Luftwaffe bombing of
I always participate. I think Sora allied himself with the wrong side there.
Well, he can fly, so he came in.
No, maybe they're bombing the Heartless because the Heartless have overrun London.
That's true. Yeah, Wendy and all of her children have been turned into Heartless.
No, the Heartless are the Luftwaffe, and he's got to fight them in the air. There you go. That's better.
I always knew those Nazis were heartless, but this is just too on the nose.
99 Siegluftballons.
So yeah, we finished Neverland.
It's just heartless blimps and heartless bombers.
When we grow up, let's get off this island. Hell, let's get off this island right now.
And get some voice actors while we're at it.
We've seen this cutscene before earlier in the playthrough. They just do it again.
No, this is the first mention of Kairi, because this is the first time Kairi showed up on Destiny Island. There have been other cutscenes in this cave. This is just another cutscene in this cave.
Riku's
Riku just looking back at that door I could crawl through that keyhole.
Well, and the previous time this cutscene played, we didn't see the end of it there, where Riku notices the door.
I like to think instead of traversing through the dark corridors of the universe, he just got done crying because he's Sora doesn't care. And she's don't worry, you'll be fine.
Wait, hold on. Is this that cutscene? No, it's not. There's one more.
A castaway.
This is the one where he gets his meat suit.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. The one that makes him look like the fake villain of Pokemon Coliseum.
The one that makes him
Weird,
look like
grass skirt.
the one that makes him look like the fake Riku.
Fake Riku? Who's that?
Fake Riku.
Be specific, there are multiples.
Well,
There's 9 Riku.
Okay, so there's Riku, then there's Repliku, and then there's Data Riku.
And And then there's Ansem Riku.
Well, no, Ansem Riku is still Riku, though. Like, Ansem Riku doesn't...
Are you sure it's not Ansem?
Well, Ansem is there, but he doesn't stop being Riku. Like,
Well,
that's Riku Prime.
you see, guys, there's Ansem Riku when it's Riku being possessed by Ansem. Can you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Should I keep doing this voice?
Probably not.
Anyone who puts any credence in the story of Kingdom Hearts 3 is like a person I don't
And
want
then
to be
there's Riku when he takes on the
I
form of
still have
Ansem
not
to
played
conquer the
3.
darkness in his heart.
So, well, here's the thing, Joe, about all these things that you're saying. Well, technically true. These are all still the same Riku. There are only 3 different Rikus that are separate people.
Riku.
There's 3 Rikus, yes. Well, okay, technically 4 if you include the pixie.
Look after her for me, will you?
Aha, gotcha.
It's like he just lends Tinkerbell to you.
Yes.
Like, what if he runs out of fairy dust? How's he gonna
Don't
fly?
worry, he's got a magical pouch of pixie dust that he then gives away to a little pirate girl for some reason.
I'm very excited that I got Glide.
Merry
And then you
Cruise.
immediately get stuck in a
Neverland
ceiling.
God.
Don't get used to this, kids. Glide in most worlds is not
Oh my
nearly this
God.
cool.
Oh yeah, this is another
This
silly
is a
thing.
very
Kind of
fun camera manip.
You could do some just
Glide
weird
drift.
flying.
Friends don't let
Yeah.
friends drink and glide, Trey.
Da-da, 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 da-da. Deja vu,
I
just
mean,
been in
be
this
honest,
place
if
before.
you suddenly learned the ability to fly, this is the first thing you would do.
No,
Yeah,
I
one-
think the first thing that I would do one of 2 things. I would immediately start flying, of course, but depending on my mood, I would either start performing a choreographed routine to Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free.
Oh,
or
gosh.
I wanna fly up high so I
The
can
Tails
reach.
theme song from Sonic Adventure.
We're singing the tail. Yeah.
Yeah,
Were
I
you singing?
was. I
okay.
did it a little bit badly, but
So I don't know what I was thinking here. I don't know why I didn't equip Fairy Harp because it's a way stronger Keyblade.
Yeah.
Somebody
I'm so
will
dumb.
be.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for Glide. I don't remember where it is.
Oh yeah.
I forgot there was a
It's in the
shared.
ability, Sora.
Yeah. Pest Tray was kind of dumb.
God, though, the
There
default
it is.
gliding animation, like when you're in normal worlds in this game, just looks so derpy.
Yeah, it's so slow too at the beginning
Uh-huh.
until you get the quicker glide. Then it looks normal.
Yeah. But
y'all just made me think about how weird Riku looks when he's gliding in 358 days.
oh no!
Oh god. So what I need you to edit in there,
I could fly!
what I need you to edit in there, Trey, is Russell Crowe as Javert in Les Miserables 2012 singing
Oh.
I'll escape now from that world, from the world of Jean Valjean. There is nowhere I can turn, there is no way to go on. And then he just...
But isn't this is London, not Paris?
Fair enough.
If you guys
So,
ever
yeah,
watch
the-
Lindsay Ellis's Cats video, she takes that scene from the Les Mis movie and puts the Thomas the Tank Engine theme over it. With him just like hitting the ground.
Well, before we promote too many other YouTube channels, I guess we should say we'll
Hey
see
man,
you
I got no
next time.
shame.
Now that Sora is dead, that's the end of the playthrough. He crashed into a car parked beneath Big Ben. He's done.
Rest in peace. He hit rock bottom.
Don't come back Friday. The playthrough won't be here.
Neither will we.
Bye y'all.